You are not too much. You are too available. And somewhere deep down you already know that your constant availability is costing you something important. Your peace, your energy, your sense of self. But every time you try to pull back, the guilt pulls you right back in. Not because you are weak, because nobody ever showed you that being less available could actually make you more valued. But a creature that lives in millions of homes around the world figured this out a long time ago. And what science discovered about how it does that will change how you think about your time and your presence forever. The domestic cat is one of the most studied animals in behavioral science, not for its hunting, not for its agility, for something far more interesting. Scientists who study cat behavior discovered something that surprised them. Cats form deep and genuine bonds with the humans they live with, but they express those bonds on their own terms, on their own timeline, in their own way. Here is what most people never knew. Research into cat and human relationships found that cats who are selectively present, who come and go on their own terms, are valued more deeply by their owners than animals that are constantly available. The selective presence creates genuine anticipation, genuine appreciation, genuine value. The cat is not withholding love, it is teaching you something about how love actually works. You have been told that being available is how you show people you care. The cat has been quietly proving the opposite for thousands of years. So here are 4 principles to help you stop being available to everyone and start being truly present for the people who actually matter. Principle 1. Your constant availability is destroying your value. Think about the last time someone was always there, always responding, always available, always ready to drop everything for you. Did you value their time, or did you quietly start to take it for granted? Most people answer that question honestly and feel uncomfortable about it. A cat never makes itself constantly available. It appears when it chooses. It sits with you when it decides. It leaves when it is ready. And because of that rhythm, every moment it gives you feels like a gift, not an obligation, a choice. You feel it when the cat comes to you, because it does not always come. Psychology has consistently shown that scarcity increases perceived value. In plain terms, what is always available stops feeling special. What requires waiting for feels worth having. This applies to products, it applies to experiences, and it applies to people. Your constant availability is not making people value you more. It is making them value you less. Pick one person in your life who you are always immediately available to. Today, take 2 hours to not respond. Not forever. 2 hours. Notice how it feels. Notice if the world ends, it will not. But something important will shift in how that person experiences your presence when you return. Principle 2. Guilt is not a good reason to show up. You know the feeling. Someone messages you. You are tired. You're in the middle of something. You do not want to respond right now. But the guilt arrives immediately. What if they think you are ignoring them? What if they need you? What if they are upset? And so you respond. Not because you want to, because the guilt is louder than your own needs. A cat feels no version of this. When a cat is resting, it rests completely. When it wants solitude, it takes solitude. It does not interrupt its own rest to manage someone else's expectations. It trusts that the relationship is strong enough to survive a few hours of unavailability, and it is always right. Behavioral science has confirmed that people who respond to guilt as their primary driver of availability consistently report higher levels of resentment in their relationships. In plain terms, when you show up because you feel guilty rather than because you want to, the people receiving that presence feel the difference even if they cannot name it. Guilty presence feels hollow. Chosen presence feels real. The next time guilt tries to make you respond, pause for 60 seconds before you act. Ask yourself one question. Do I want to respond right now, or do I feel like I have to? If the answer is have to, wait another 30 minutes. You are allowed to show up when you choose, not only when you are summoned. Principle 3. Selective presence is not coldness, it is respect. There is a fear underneath all of this, that pulling back means becoming cold, becoming someone who does not care, becoming the kind of person you have always disliked. That fear is what keeps most people trapped in constant availability, because they have confused being selective with being unkind. Watch a cat with someone it loves. When it chooses to be present, it is fully present. It sits close, it purrs, it stays. It gives everything it has in that moment of chosen connection, and then it leaves. Not because it stopped caring, because it protected the quality of what it gives by not giving it endlessly. Research into relationship quality has consistently found that the depth of connection matters significantly more than the frequency of contact. In plain terms, 1 hour of genuine, undivided presence is worth more to a relationship than 10 hours of distracted half-presence. Selective presence is not coldness. It is the decision to show up fully when you show up at all. Identify your 3 most important relationships. Write them down right now. These are the people who get your full presence. Everyone else gets what you have left. Not nothing, just not everything. The cat does not give everyone the same quality of its time and attention. Neither should you. Principle 4. Your peace is not negotiable. You have given so much of yourself for so long that you have started to believe your peace is a luxury. Something you earn after everyone else is taken care of. Something that comes last, if it comes at all. A cat does not negotiate its peace. It finds the warm, quiet spot. It curls up completely. It rests without apology, without checking if everyone is okay first, without making sure nobody needs anything. It simply protects its own restoration as a non-negotiable part of its day. Every single day, without guilt, without explanation. Neuroscience has proven that chronic availability without recovery depletes the brain's ability to regulate emotion, make good decisions, and engage meaningfully with others. In plain terms, when you never stop being available, you eventually have nothing real left to give. The exhausted version of you that shows up for everyone is not actually helping anyone. It is just present. There is a difference. Today, before you respond to anyone, do one thing for yourself first. Not a big thing. 5 minutes of something that belongs only to you. Coffee without your phone, a few minutes outside, anything that says to your nervous system that you exist outside of your availability to others. The cat never skips this, and it is never the worse for it. Nobody has ever loved a cat less because it came on its own terms. Nobody has ever felt the warmth of a cat settling beside them and wished it had been there more often instead of being glad it was there now. Your presence is a gift. Start treating it like one. Subscribe to the Wild Principle, and we are just getting started.